Good morning, everybody. I think we have an interesting conversation today. Let me see who this is. Anik. So, Kathy Marino, good morning. Carol Swisher, good morning. And Anik. Thank you, all of you, for coming today. So, we're going to talk about the Eye of Horus today. I know, you see, I called this the Eye of Horus series and probably wondered, well, what is that all about? Well, I think I'm going to finally share that with you today. Now, most of you might not know the Eye of Horus is your pineal gland. How do you like that? So I have an image here to show you. Oh, I did. Let me see if I can find it again. First, let me show you the Eye of Horus. You'll see there's like an eyebrow, the eye, and these two little divvies. So now I have a picture of the pineal gland in our human body, if I can get this thing to turn correctly so you can see it. And you will see here the eyebrow, the eye, and the two distinguishing downs. Pineal. Why is that? Why is it about, and here, this picture up here actually shows you. Sorry, it's hard to get the glare off. The similarities between the pineal gland and the Eye of Horus. Well, it's all about perception, how we see things. You know, like, good morning, Barbara Ward. She just says there, looking forward to our session today. There's a gazillion different ways we can have a perception of what that means. So like Anik says, amazing. Most of us don't think that, right? Good morning, Marby. So, what does it mean? The Eye of Horus is perfectly clear. That's why it's the evil eye. It keeps away evil. It doesn't draw evil to you because it has perfect clarity. And Horus did have that, the god of Egypt. So, how do we begin to get our pineal gland to have that clarity? Probably doing a lot you already do, but I'm going to give you one additional little technique today. And yes, I know we didn't open like we always do, but I will. So feel the back of the top of your head and go down 1 inch. And right in under there is your pineal gland. And what you want to do is offer it clear light, not any color, just clear light. Why? Because we're wanting to become clearer. First, we have perceptions from our human perception of world. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when we go to react and we have jealousy, or we go to react and we have anger, those are a human quality in the second chakra. They're what we call emotions. As we move more up the chakra system and into a more refined self and consciousness has grown, we can see a lot more and go, wow, this isn't my issue. They must have a big issue. This is all quiet talk in your head. And you're going to let them learn that their own way. You don't have to participate. And then eventually it comes up to even a higher place where you begin to see where things begin, how that pattern began for people or yourself, and how to begin to unwind it. So what most of you are really looking for is a higher development of your pineal gland. And it comes along with raising your consciousness and how you move up through your chakra system. We'll do it just dandy. So where are you all now? Probably you're all somewhere. We just maybe don't know specifically where in this moment, because that's not what we're doing. But let's begin to make it a goal to have our pineal gland have clarity. So if you have a lot of sinus issues, you might want to work on finding out what that's about, clearing that out. Headaches, they may all be speaking about patterns that you have in that brain area. Or if you're getting older and your thoughts are already not the right words or whatever, find a way, find out what you need to do, and bring that into clarity. Yes, someone's saying having an Eye of Horus doesn't do anything bad. It helps you have clarity. We put this one, because I got it to wear, but I didn't know it was this big. I'm not going to wear this. So we hung it in the middle of our room. And we're sitting there last night, and we both at the same time went and looked at each other. The air was crisp. It was so clear. So you now know this. You can find this in my living room, and I'm going to get one for every room because it cleared the space, you see? So we may be coming on to something that we've all been looking for and didn't realize it was so simple or so easy. So I'm going to encourage all of you to contemplate this little piece of the brain. Let's see if I can go right back to it. Yeah, I need to go this way. There we go. The Eye of Horus, right within the brain. Now, the ancient Egyptians knew this because they would take the brain out when they would mummify people. So, what a treasured thought, right? And the higher you get your consciousness, the greater clarity your pineal gland will have. And clarity is a wonderful thing. There are 4 truths in every perception. And you want to go through the process of seeing truth from all different directions and understanding and feel that frequency and that vibration. And then you begin to learn at which one your situation you're in that moment is. You'll know right away, oh, that person's in jealousy. Not as a judgment, but as a truth. There's a difference. You learn to move out of judgment because you understand your judgment doesn't really know anything. You're usually judging because you want someone else to have the blame. But when you move up into a clarity, it's a possibility of defining that which the pattern then comes from and how to unwind it. So they're totally 2 different things. And that's called healing. So there are those of you here with us today that are contemplating becoming a healer, and you need to understand clarity is number 1 importance. And that will have meant for a lot of you to have cleared away your own karma, cleared away those 144,000 patterns that you came in with, whatever level of them, so that you can be at peace and not have an interference in your perception about things. Perception is a big word with a capital P. How do you perceive? Another one is, how do you love? These are all key words in development. The infant, when you come into earth, probably doesn't first remember love, but then begins to interact with it and how they're treated, how they're taken care of, how life is. And I would say love, even during the young years, can shift. I know my grandson lived with us and his father for a while, and then now he's out, and it isn't the same. And the one thing he'll always tell me is that he loves me, because that's a different love he's talking about than what he lives today. It's very fascinating. Perhaps a lot of people don't really think about how in your life, how many different ways love has touched you, and how different each love felt. But there's a great need for us as who we are to understand these things, because then we become more understanding to people. And love becomes a magical energy of God that can embrace these people in a way that they truly need it than what we believe they need. See, when you have that clarity, you're not really the human anymore, you're a vessel for God. And you sit in his essence with clarity. And simply the response of what that person needs or needs to hear, that's what comes. It's a wondrous thing. So today, we're going to call Mother Father in. And I want you to feel today, right now, after we did all this clear talking about the Eye of Horus, and let's see if you can feel a deeper quality of the essence of Mother Father come down into your heart. To whether you get a distinct color, maybe someone gets a whiff of a rose or some other kind of lavender, some kind of fragrance. We're all unique and different. It's all going to be different. But what we're looking for is for you to become more comfortable with it all so you can surrender more to allow more in. It's not an enemy. It's a part of who you are. It's a bigger part of who we are. And the more we remember that, the more it comes and joins us in our journey. And we're going to call the angelic realm in, all the phylums. And you can feel the different qualities of energy. They're all love, but they're all different in how they hold that love and what kind of angel they are and what they're going to bring to whomever it is that calls for them. It's quite an expansive perception when you get to where you can hold that and know exactly, well, I need one of these kind of angels. And then even when we go to call in the Ascended Masters, oh my goodness, how diverse they are. They have like hilarons for healing. And when you call in Master Hilaron and you're engulfed in his green ray, it's almost like you're in a beautiful emerald, and yet there's no solidification. And you know it's just gently moving and healing and erasing. Small distortion, big distortion, whatever it is you're ready for today. Saint Germain's the same with the violet. No matter who you are, he's blazing that flame right now up through you. And he's shattering karma and illusions with that violet flame. Why? To help you get free, clear, pineal clear. See? So we also reach out to the universe and to all those beautiful souls who are of light. You must be on the path of light to come and to join our circle. But we always know that our channel is protected by the Eye of Horus. So only light beings can come. Only those people who have light in their heart can come and participate with us. Yes. Maybe your head's feeling a little something today. Maybe it's opening more. as we say our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And I want, because I'm seeing someone's just seeing millions of those words digitally go out. Because so many things change when you surrender and become free. Very good. So, share with me if you felt more today. If the clarity, that small momentary experience of understanding truth, that is the truth for every soul, made a difference in how you were able to feel and to be receptive to a perception, and how perceptions may have changed or not. Who's to say? Because there are four. There's 4 levels of perceptive truth. And no, it's not like there has to be a one. It depends on where you're at and who you are and where your consciousness sits as to which one it will be. So does anyone have any thoughts to share with me? Let me see here. Not yet. My head is certainly in a greater expansion. I would hope that someone else's here would also be. Mine works with me sometimes for solution. Oh, here's Rice Experiment. Good morning. Let me reread your question again, Rice Experiment. Do we feel acceptance in each one stage or anticipation of the next? Well, it's going to depend on who you are. There can be a great acceptance and a misunderstanding of where you are when something changes, because everyone always thinks they're on the brink of ascension. I'm going to tell you, give it up, people. Because for that person who wants to always qualify, you're moving back a few steps. Because the real development is an acceptance of the moment. Let me repeat that if you need to hear that again. You want to get, she's giggling. Okay, I agree with that. Barbara Ward says, I could feel the expansion in my head. Okay, Rice, I thought you were giggling, Rice, about what I said. Excuse me for just calling you Rice, but we're old friends, right? I have known people who get one more place or can do one more thing. Do you think it's time? No. There is so much, not only in physical development, but in heart development and in active development for ascension. Enjoy where you are instead of wanting to be somewhere where you are not yet. And that is my message from the heavens. Be in this moment. And that is the statement. Enjoy where you're at. Enjoy where you're at. Because to start then on the next piece of the journey is starting on the newness of a journey and not always that comfortable. So take a breath and enjoy your moment. You see? All right. She says, yes, that's a bit of a chore for me. And is a chore accepting where you are? And that's why she says, yes, we are. We are where we are, and we are who we are. And as you can begin to live life from that place and know that Mother, Father, God are within you, and you continue to allow them a greater expansion, like Barbara said she could feel it in her head, then we have progress. Because they're going to have the capability of sharing their clarity with you. And we never know how much in a sitting and an experience actually leaves, because it isn't important. It's important to keep up on the journey and allowing it to become more and more and more. All right. Headache is right. It's all amazing. Let's see here if I missed anybody. And Rice has asked, thanking me for expanding on that. Yeah. Usually feel lots of energy in my own crown chakra. Today it feels like in my pineal gland. So now we would want to sit and contemplate as we sit and look at your pineal gland. And then we contemplate your crown. And then you would want to let your heart speak to you. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you? And let's not say, oh, I'm ascended. Oh. Yes, the crown chakra, just being open is a whole lot of energy. It's profound. But the pineal gland may have times, you see, from past lifetimes when perhaps you were a seer. But you would never be that seer again until you release it all. So what you really don't know is what's in there that hasn't yet been touched. And now the opportunity could be coming to free those things. Or even things you saw that I've had people who were wondering why they couldn't see colors and things. Well, some of it is it's what you've seen in the past you don't want to see anymore. So there's so many pieces. It's not straight and clear for everybody. One, let me write it down and everybody follow it and you'll get there. No, there's the uniqueness. There's the finding out what it is for you and doing the work. Being in the moment, live in the moment. You see? And what it's going to happen is instead of it being energy in a chakra, you're going to become part of the whole, which is just a huge energy. It's hard to explain. That's why you can't really know until you get there. You see? Excellent. But there's nothing that say that there's not fun in trying. So this is why this series is the Eye of Horus series. So we went and visited a few of the retreats, opening the concept of that truth, that they do exist and that they are real, which helped everyone along a little bit, right? And I believe the last time we met on a Monday, we worked with the chakra. I think it was the third chakra. So, my oh my, what are we going to do today? Well, I think partially we've already done it. For just talking about it, I think there's a new buzzing happening inside of you. Let's see what we hear now. Marby, I guess she likes it. There's always new, there's always more to learn, but also so many different perceptions of what it is. And hopefully we're moving right along on the front lines for you. And Do I think everyone should get one? I'm going to say it's by choice. I'm going to find a nice dainty one to wear because I enjoy the energy of it. I already have Hamsaz with the Eye of Horus on either opening of my condo here to prevent any evil coming in. So, what does that mean? Do I believe in evil? I guess I wouldn't say it that way. Here again, it's about perception. I believe that there are still people who are believing that being in darkness is advancing. And I don't care to have anything to do with those people. Love them for where they are. I know there is light within them somewhere. But right now they're not finding it. So I don't really like the name of it being the evil eye until you really understand it. And that it's a protector. It's also a healer. So our world isn't so well known about it. But there's a part of us that have already lived in Egypt, and it might rekindle that within you also. And if it was good enough for the pharaohs, why isn't it good enough for us? I don't see why we couldn't. Any other questions or comments? And how are your heads feeling? Close your eyes, and what do you see? Do you see anything? Do you see violet? Do you see an image? It's by what you perceive is how you're going to know what your pineal gland is doing. Because it'll bring clear vision. Not that your eyes might have clear vision, but it's a clearer spiritual vision. Of many kinds. There's so many ways to see in spirit. Anybody? Yes. Yes, I'll hold it up. Someone's after me. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Usually they're an opal stone or a turquoise. But way too big. Yeah. But it worked well in the room. And I have no idea what all the hieroglyphics are. I do not know Egyptian. Even though I may have spoken in a different life. Oh, you're seeing a clear cross. Very interesting. Clear cross. And ask yourself, what does that mean to you? Because we would all have a different perception about that. But the only one that's really important is yours. Do you see an energy around that clear cross or just a cross? Everybody close your eyes, see what you see. And I'm certainly not attempting to say that if you get one, you're going to see profoundly. It's all a growth process. For everyone's unique and different in how they are inside, in their relationship to their spirituality. Over the years, everyone is different. We're all a part of the whole, but our path to a similar place is all different. And sometimes there's some that get to a path that no one else does. Okay. Yes, I did see the aura around it, but not yet getting its purpose. And remind you, you have to go into your heart to do that. It's not with the image, because this is how you need to get everything working together. Go into your heart and see if you can get that information. Or another level is to receive it from either your higher self or your master teacher. See, there's a lot of levels of perception and receiving. But we don't mean to put you on the spot that you figure it out right now. Does anyone have any questions? I thought this was a pretty neat topic today. The Eye of the Horus looks just like your pineal gland. Well, we know the mystics knew that, don't we? We're just all taking a while to figure it out. It's kind of fascinating. Don't you think? So it makes us wonder how many other things are like right in front of us that maybe a few people know, but not everybody knows. And that's the thing. The time is now. More people across the globe, around the world, deep in the oceans, all have to figure it out. Yeah. Well, I gather we have no questions about that. So, tomorrow, we will have wonderful messages from Mother. So, I am having a comment come for you, Barbara, from actually Jesus is here. And he wants you to know that you're not used to seeing a cross without him or without the meaning of Christian in some way. So here is a new perception for you. What does a white cross mean with just aura? So it's probably a new level of development somewhere deep inside of you. And if you work with the people I mentioned, you might begin to figure it out. Doesn't mean it's dark or bad or anything. It's an upliftment. Yeah. Which is exciting and amazing, like Anik said. Anik, if you're still on, how did you feel? Okay. And certainly thank you for everyone for coming today. But when the questions stop coming, I get it. Then it's time for me to go. So, pineal gland, Eye of Horus. Whoop. It's your own personal one. Thank you to Jesus for the clarification. Yes, the journey is amazing. All right. So I'm going to go. Many blessings to all of you. See what your mind contemplates today. My goodness. All right. If you have questions, bring them tomorrow. I'll be open. And see you at 11. You're welcome, Marby. Thank you for coming. Anik, she feels a little itch around my head. Thank you so much. All right, Anik, thank you. Many blessings, everybody.